What is going on, guys? It is Ahmed and I am back today with yet another video for you guys. So today we're going to actually be talking about ticker symbol NIO, and ticker symbol TSLA, which of course is Tesla. And the reason I'm bringing these up today, Friday, the last day of the trading week, is because the fact is they are selling off at a ridiculous rate, and I think right now they're very discounted to the point where I think they are presenting some buying opportunities, again, in my opinion. Remember, everyone, my channel is not for financial advice, nor am I a financial advisor, but I'm just trying to put you guys on the place that I am in, just to make sure, again, we're all on the same playing field and leveling field. So I'm going to make my screen a little smaller here. Oh, there we go. And let's go ahead and look right into it. Again, sorry I'm on vacation, so my setup has not been my conventional one, but regardless, I still want to make sure that I produce these videos, get them out to you guys so you're all, seeing these things in a timely manner. But regardless, as you can see, some news broke out today. NIO electric vehicle production hit by semiconductor shortage. We know that this is something that has plagued the EV space. Tesla had to stop production for a little while because of the semiconductor shortage. But regardless, this, in my opinion, is something that is very short term. But of course, for people who are the paper hand investors, they're selling off on this news that, again, anytime negative news comes around for any company in any sector, of course, we typically see a sell-off. But when it comes to this here, in my opinion, again, for really strong EV companies, this is creating a very good buying opportunity for some of these, stocks that have very strong potential long term. So you can see Chinese electric vehicle maker NIO said today that it will halt production at its Hefei factory for 5 days due to the global semiconductor shortage. Production will be suspended March 29th for 5 working days. The company said the shutdown will reduce first quarter deliveries to approximately 19,500 vehicles compared to the prior estimate of 20,000 to 20,500. So again, between 500 to 1,000 less vehicles because of the 5-day shutdown. By comparison, the company delivered 17,353 vehicles in the fourth quarter of 2020. So they're still en route to, and they're on pace to still beat their Q4 deliveries, which were, again, the highest deliveries that they've had year to date. But regardless, again, this is something that I truly think is very short term. The company is still strong. The EV space in China is still expanding and growing. We have Li Auto, we have Xpeng, all these other competitors. But NIO, I think, is always going to be the pioneer because they're ahead of the game when it comes to the Chinese market for EVs, as well as Tesla, of course, because they're just the global leader. Now, if we look at the price action for Tesla and NIO, let's start with NIO since that's the one I mentioned first. Currently at $34.85. That is insane to me. I never thought we would see it under 35, ever again. Yes, sure, it did pull back, but currently right now, at its current value, look at from its all-time high. If we go to back 6 months, $62.70 a share, down 43.84% per share, which again, if you ask me, that is a fantastic discount. The overall market has been pulling back, but with that being said, I think now is a good time to consider buying into these companies. Down 43.84% from its all-time high. Look at the Wall Street forecast. On a high, $81 a share for NIO. So you're not looking at a 2x, but nearly a 3x in your investment if you currently decide to buy into NIO stock. So you can look down here. Some of these are 5-star analysts, but you see here it's still considered a moderate buy. But at current prices, I consider it something more of a strong buy, if you will, in my opinion. Look at Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA. They're saying that it's a hold, but if you ask me, right at a high, $1,200, average $633 amongst all these different Wall Street analysts. But if you see, look through the list, this 5-star analyst, Alexander, who might have a better track record than the others, he's looking at a $1,200 price target, which I don't think is very, far-fetched. Look at Kathy Wood. She's saying the $4,000 Tesla price target at its current value, definitely undervalued. Look what Elon tweeted today. You guys know what he said, right? He did delete his Twitter or the tweet afterwards, but he mentioned that, he thinks Tesla is going to have the biggest market cap in the S&P 500 in all of the United States. And it's going to surpass Apple and some of the other behemoths. So guys, when it comes to this kind of news and this kind of information, when we see the market sell off at $612 a share, in my opinion, Tesla is a steal. I think it's time to capitalize if you haven't had the opportunity to do so because you consider them overvalued when it was at the $800 to $900 range. And let's look at, the price action. If we look at the 6-month chart, we saw it nearly get to $900 a share. Again, pulled back about 30% since. So again, just giving my own personal opinion, I think that Tesla stock right now is a buy. NEO stock right now is a buy. Hopefully you will look back at this mid-April, end of April, and say, wow, good thing I decided to buy into these stocks. So I am looking to increase my positions in these two, although my average price for NEO right now is actually $17 a share, which I was comfortable with for a long time, but I realized the potential is so great, especially in the next 5 to 10 years for these EV companies, because we are changing from a gas-powered, leader within the vehicle space to more of these electric vehicles. So guys, keep these on your radar, at least on your watch list. If they do pull back more, try to find where you're comfortable getting in. So let's quickly pull up Stock TA, because you guys know I like that website to look at the technicals for potential entry points for both of these. So if we look at NEO, since that's the one with the more recent news, you could see there's a lot of resistance at $40, $43, $46, $50. So these are the resistance points, and we know that previous support lines are great buying opportunities or entry points. 35.21, which we're approaching that right now. We're actually below that support line. 31.63, another support line. You could see that 28.72, another one, and 26.01. So any of these support lines, wherever you're most comfortable entering, may be very good areas to enter into the stock. You can see the overall technicals are showing that it's kind of bearish, very bearish, if you will. And of course, the overall market has been pretty bearish for the last month. So it just takes a second for everything to snap back and, start on our bull run again. But currently, with the pullback that we've been seeing over the last month and a half, unfortunately, the market is kind of triggering more of a bearish trend. So we'll see what happens, of course. But again, for Tesla, 571 would be our next support line. So between now and 571, if it does approach that 571 mark, great time to potentially buy in. 526, even better, and then 460. We haven't seen these numbers, for a really long time. But could we go back to those earlier 2020 numbers? Absolutely, it's possible. So again, do not be surprised if the market pulls back. Rather find times where you're ready to pounce. Keep that dry powder or that cash on hand in case we see these numbers. All right, everybody. So thank you so much for tuning into the episode. I do want to give a quick shout out to the Webull page. As you guys know, I am an affiliate. You do get 2 free stocks when you deposit $100. So use my link below. Join Webull for mainly one reason. For me, I really like the fact that you can start trading at 4 in the morning, at 4 a.m., up until 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So it allows you to start buying and selling stocks before the market opens, which can give you some competitive advantage, especially because of the fact that once you enter into these, once we know, typically news breaks out for these companies early in the pre-market or late in the aftermarket. So you'd be one of those that's able to buy or sell if it's positive or negative sentiments or news surrounding these companies. So feel free to join with the link below. Thank you so much for tuning in. And everyone, until next time, which I won't be at my normal setup yet. It won't be tomorrow, but Sunday's video, hopefully we'll be back to our regular scheduled daily uploads. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until next time, keep investing.